You're watching Starring Entertainment.
Into the set. Si Nadine first time. So, sabi na parang si... I mean... That's Pero, of course, I was super happy to be working with Nadine. Especially with this type of gantong klaseng intimacy sa characters namin. I learned that I saw Nadine's process and I saw how she would take on the role. What I learned about Nadine is that I find this hard. Medyo, for me, mahirap na you take on a role, so hubarin mo siya after. Pagka-cut. For Nadine, I don't think nahihirapan siya dun. Parang ang dali niyang hubarin, tapos ipapasok niya. Nagpa 5-4-3-2 pa lang si yung AD namin. I saw that for the entire shoot day namin with Nadine, and I really admire that. I hope I can do that more. As per Jerome, a lot of it kasi is physical. Lalo na't may altercation. May ano kami ni Jerome kanina, may sa series, may pasuntukan kami. Mahirap kasi siyang i-prepare sa character kapag kailangan physically fit ka for it. And kita mo yung dedication ni Jerome with it. And it's always just a pleasure to be working with these type of actors. And of course, with Direk Ray. And daming veterano sa show. So, it feels such an absolute honor. I remember going into the set, lagi akong parang, shoot na. May kita ko yung set, makita ko yung ano. Especially yung crew. Crew was wild. Hindi, mag-geek out na ako. Pero yun, it's just para siyang laro for me. So I was just really happy to be on set majority of the time.
Sa akin, natuklasan ko. Well, ayun nga, katulad ng sabi ni Francis, katrabaho na kami before sa isang show at ang sarap lang ng, alam mo yun, yung mga moments na kami, imbis nagpapahinga kami, parehas kami in a way na gumagawa kami ng, hindi lang basta matutulog, alam mo yun, may kipagkwentuhan kami, may matututunan kami, we ask people around na paano ginagawa to, about, you know, about dun sa craft na ginagawa namin. Eh, si Francis kasi mas more on sa pag-direct. Ako kasi mga tanong ko about movies, ganito, sa shots, tinitingnan ko na paano ginagawa. Yun, dun ko natuklasan na parang ang sarap din pala na nakatenga kasama si Francis na kukwentuhan lang kami. Actually, alam niyo ba, ito, off topic lang sa ano, si Francis pa una sa akin nag-pitch nung Safe Skies Archer eh. Yeah, siya. Nagulat ako, sabi niya pa sa akin, alam mo ikaw nito, 3 buwan na ako hindi na binabalikan ng Viva. So, ayun lang. Tapos kinuwento niya sa akin, dami pa nagkuwentuhan. Anyway, ayun. So, bumalik naman. Natuklasan ko din na kay Nadine, actually, alam naman natin yan, may kanya-kanya naman ng sinasabi mga tao. Hindi natin alam, kahit sa akin, kung ano. Doon ko na natuklasan na masaya katrabaho si Nadine, mabait, saka ano ba, very caring sa lahat. Ano, ang ganda ng mga kwentuhan namin ito, pero natuklasan ko din ang hirap din pala sa kanya maging antukin kasi hindi siya nagko-coffee. So, paano yun? Tapos, mahirap din siya kasabay kumain kasi puro gulay. So, paano yun? Mahirap din maging kasama sa cast niya. Alam mo, kung ikaw magpapakain ka, iisipan mo siya. Kailangan gulay. Ano to? Paano to? Naalala ko na nagpa-pizza. Ayaw nga pala, kailangan itong gulay. Sino gugulay yan? Uy, pansit canton pa. Naalala ko nung kumakain kami kumain sila ng pansit canton, hindi na ako niyaya. Ako yata nasa labas ng kwentuhan. So ako may shinare sa kanya na parang ganito, ganyan. Alam mo ba yung pansit canton, hindi naman yung basta, hindi vegan yan. Yung oil niyan galing sa ganito, ganyan. Sabi niya, what? Stuck siya mga siguro 5 minutes, hindi na siya kumain. Sabi, wala na akong magagawa, nakain ko na eh. Pero hindi na talaga ako kakain yan. So yun, ayun. Tapos kay Direk naman, appreciate ko lang po paano yung craft. Alam mo yun, bilang isang Direk Ray Red. I mean, sabi ko, ang sarap makatrabaho. Gusto ko pa siya makatrabaho. Kaya lagi ko siyang hinihiritan. Kapag may role, napadaan lang. Pwede na ako doon. Yun.
nalaglag ha. Niluwa ko naman after, guys. Basta, ako naman, I really like working with people na yung madaling katrabaho. Tsaka we're also very passionate. Kasi yung mga eksenahan namin, lagi pong mainit, lagi kaming nasa labas, ganyan. Really harsh conditions. Pinakamahirap dun yung mainit for everyone. Kasi yung init po talaga nung time na yun, yung nakakapanghina na init. So, ang hirap magtrabaho, lalo na if you have to stay outside for a very long time for the scenes, lalo na sa kotse, napakainit po talaga nun. Pero, gusto ko silang ka-work kasi walang nagrereklamo. Even the prod, as in, kahit gaano po kainit sa labas, walang nagrereklamo. Everyone is just very passionate and focused on finishing the scene with flying colors, di ba? Tapos, yung kay Francis, sobrang bilib po ako sa kanya nung nag-prosthetic siya, yung naka-cover yung eyes niya. Ako talaga kasi ang fear ko is mabulag. So siya not being able to see for more than 8 hours, nag-prosthetics po siya, nag-umpisa siya umaga or tanghali. Tapos birthday pa niya yon. So after nung eksena niya, pagtanggal niya nung prosthetics na mata, may cake kami sa kanya sa harap niya. So you can only imagine kung gaano kahirap na, alam mo yun, makikipag-usap ka sa mga, nakapikit ka lang the whole day. Ako magpapalashes lang ako 1 hour, hindi ko kaya. So, ang hirap nung pinagdaanan. And hindi siya nagko-complain, and he actually loved it pa. Parang for him, it's a good experience nga. And kay Jerome naman, you know, kahit gaano kahirap yung naging eksena namin sa yung fight scene, yun nga, maalikabok, mabato, wala, as in, no one was really complaining. Ang hirap lang din nakatrabaho kasi tawa kami ng tawa. So before every scene, pag may nagsabi ng joke or may naisip na thought, natawa na yung isa, magtatawanan na kami. So we have to wait until it's gone bago kami makapush through with the scene. But super love working with everyone.
Congratulations po. And we're expecting for part 2.
Thank you. That was Pao Kanyama, a content creator. Next, we have Jojo Panaligan of Rider.ph.
Thanks, Jane. Okay, isang question kay Direk lang. Direk, can you tell us about that song? Kanina we were talking about it outside. Yung Cinderella or Yoli Samson song ba yun? And we thought na maybe it was just to show the closeness between father and daughter. But ngayon it occurred to me, was there something subliminally political about choosing it in that the Manila sound became big during martial law and this was a story being told in the time of President Duterte? Or am I overthinking it?
Regarding martial law, hindi namin naisip yun. Pero we tried to look for a song na feeling namin gusto ni Nato. So parang yun yung idea behind it. Parang we were choosing from songs, I guess, in that era. Kasi siguro ganyan yung taste ni Nato. And to have it playing in the background to always anchor Stacy, bakit ba niya to ginagawa? And I think, yeah, parang originally we wanted a song that's heartfelt para sa simula. Parang it's just an introduction to the characters. But then in the end, at least we wanted to have this whole new meaning, whole new depth to the song na ganito niya kamahal. I mean, yung title, Mahal Kita eh. And ito, this is how much.
Sorry, I had to ask this. Kasi it's an unreleased song. So, yeah, I would, it wasn't a single. So how did you choose that? I mean, kung pipili ka din lang, I would think na something, a hit song, di ba? Pero ito talagang hinanap nyo from an unreleased, it was an unreleased single.
Well, to be honest, we looked at the Viva catalog. No? And then, parang naghanap lang kami ng song na is heartfelt enough and that would, we felt that would resonate to Stacy. Parang really, parang mas yun eh. And of course, in-edit muna namin siya and tinignan kung ano yung babagay with the scene. And yeah, and there were a lot of other songs that were considered, no? Pero in the end, we settled with this kasi parang feeling namin nakaka-capture niya talaga eh. Kasi yun naman yung punot dulo ng lahat ng to, di ba? It's Stacy's love for her father. So, plain and simple, mahal kita. Yun.